Welcome back. We continue to follow the breaking news out of California. A gunman opened fire inside a bar overnight.
What a tragic situation. So reporter Paul Verkaman is live at the scene right now and joining us with the very latest information. Paul, good morning again. Thanks for being with us. So I guess at this point, what are you hearing now?
Well, what we're hearing, Stephanie and Todd, is that the shooter was a 29-year-old male. We believe authorities know who he is, but they are not identifying him at this time. They still have to go through the very grim task as well of identifying the 11 victims inside the Borderline Bar and Grill. And then you may have also heard there was that sergeant, 29 years in the Ventura County Sheriff's. He was transported to a local hospital. He's the sheriff's deputy who traded gunshots with the shooter early on. He died at the hospital, and when the sun comes up in full a little later today and his body is transported, a lot of first responders are expected to memorialize him as he takes the path away from the hospital. That's some of the latest here, Stephanie and Todd.
Paul, let's talk about some of just the chaos of what happened. It's 11:30 at night on a Wednesday night. There's college kids age everywhere. Ohio State Highway Patrol happens to be in the area, and then everybody just starts to run. Nobody knows where the shooter is. That had to be just panic for everyone.
It was, and in talking to some of the witnesses, they were describing how loud it usually is in here. As you said, it's college night. There's a number of small local colleges in the area that feed into this whole notion of going here on a Wednesday and participating in line dancing. So some of the witnesses told me when they started to hear shots go off, they didn't really know what it was. They thought maybe it was a joke, just trying to sort it all out. But another young woman who has a military background said that she recognized the gunshots right away and said that she thought it was a semi-automatic weapon. And as you've heard, Todd and Stephanie, they believe it was a single handgun in this instance. And that's something else that they're looking into, obviously, right now inside. Said to be really just a terrible and gory scene behind us, and something that they won't forget at all. Thousand Oaks, by the way, is a reputation as being a calm and quiet community of about 100,000 people. People moving here for that peace and quiet that, of course, shattered tonight by this mass shooting.
Paul, we know 12 people were killed. And talk about these injuries. Are they life-threatening? About how many people do you know were taken to the hospital?
So they've characterized this in two ways. We've understood that 10 to 12 people were transported to the hospital by ambulance, but there was another cluster of people who suffered minor injuries who were able to take themselves to the hospital, or friends took them to the hospital. So it sounds like dozens. They have not put a finer point on that within the last hour or so, and that's just another thing that we're hoping to hear more from when the authorities speak later today.
Paul Verkaman live in California. Paul, thank you so much. We appreciate the updates all morning long. 9:26 your time right now. I just got a little bit of news that came in. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg apparently